September was such a busy month and I did a lot less reading than I was planning to, but I'm still happy with what I ended up reading. But I don't know, like I think adapting to my like 7 classes at university while also like having a good little takeoff for my small business and also posting more on YouTube, it was really difficult to read a lot of books. I would say I read about an average of like 1 book a week-ish, which I like is really good. Hi, hello everyone, my name is Noemi and today is going to be my September wrap-up. I can't remember the last monthly wrap-up I did. I'm so bad at them and it just makes me not want to do them, but I felt motivated today. You can hear cars, by the way. I'm really bad at doing monthly wrap-ups because I just can't gather my thoughts and like just explaining why I liked a book or didn't like it. I just can't. But today I felt motivated to at least try, so I'll do my best to go through all the books I've read in September and just give you like a quick review-ish of each book. There are 2 books in there that I've read during reading vlogs, so I have more thoughts on those books in those videos. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I did not prepare anything for this video, so I'm just gonna wing it and hopefully it's a fun video. The first book I've read in September, I love it so much. It might be my favorite of the month, and it is Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. Hazel Beck is actually a pen name for combined authors, and they describe themselves as the magical partnership of a river witch and an earth witch, and that's so cute. I love that. First thing that caught my eye with this book, like the reason why I bought it, the cover. I just saw it in the bookstore. It's so pretty. It's like, how can you go to the bookstore, walk past this and not like at least look at it, like pick it up and be like, what's this? In my case, I picked it up and bought it. I didn't read what it was about, but it was a good choice because I loved this book. Quick summary, this book, it's about Emerson. She's a somewhat normal girl in a small town until one day she feels the need to go to the cemetery, and when she gets there, monsters attack her and her friends. And her friend, to try and protect herself and her friend, magic just comes out of her. And it's not supposed to be there because when she was younger, she did this like magical test that every witch needs to do, and she failed. So she was wiped out of all of her memories, could not remember anything about magic, and her magic powers were like suppressed. She couldn't use them. So it was kind of weird that she got access to them in that moment. And as it turns out, all of her friends are witches. They were able to pass the test and she was not, and they've been keeping that secret for 10 years. Because they weren't allowed to tell her. So this whole book is about her discovering her powers and also trying to save the town because there are those monsters that attacked her, and the town might be in grave danger. My favorite thing about this book was the magic. This is in the romance section. It has maybe 10% romance in this, and I'm not mad about it. I went into this thinking it was a romance book with magic. It's more like a magic book with romance. You know what I mean? But it was so good. Like the vibes, the magic system, the cover, everything about this book, I just really loved it. And it's a packed full book. It's over 400 pages and doesn't really look like it. It's so good. My one complaint is that like Emerson, she felt a little bit annoying at some points. Like it was such a minor little thing that I didn't like compared to the rest of it that I loved. I didn't care, it was fine. She could be annoying if she wanted, because like the rest of the book was just amazing. This is a really good book if you want to just like escape into a fantasy world. And like, yeah, like I said, this, I found it in the romance section at my store, but it is described as like a fantasy romance or a romance / fantasy. I would put it more as a fantasy because there's a lot more fantasy than there is romance in this, and it's just amazing. And I'm so excited for the second one. I'm kind of mad at myself for reading this right when it came out because now I have to wait so long for the next one. And I can't wait. I love this book so much, and I'm so mad at myself that I didn't annotate it. But I could reread it though and annotate that. Gave this book a 4.75. Amazing book. Please read it. It's perfect. Like, it's October. Read it. It's perfect for October. The next book I read, I did read during a vlog. I've read it during my first week at university vlog. And that's Arsenic and Adobo. I always say Abodo. It's Adobo. By Mia P. Mencella. This was so fun. Definitely not like a super eventful mystery book. It's more like very cozy, family oriented, and like mysterious. It's mysterious. It's a mystery book, so it's mysterious. But it did like, it kept me guessing the whole time. I had some theories, they were all wrong. So like very cozy. It's described as a cozy mystery, and I really agree with that. This book is about Lila, I still don't know, and she goes back home to help out with the restaurant after a really bad breakup. Her family's restaurant, by the way. Then one day there's this guy, food critic. He comes with the building's landlord and they eat food. It's all good, it's perfect. He's a food critic and he comes to the restaurant, eats food with the landlord, and he suddenly dies after eating their food. Now it's like, why did he die after eating that restaurant's food? Did they poison it? Blah blah blah. That's what this whole book is. Really quickly, the murder gets pinned on Lila because she's the ex-girlfriend. You know, it happens not too long after she moves back in. It sounds weird, but this whole book is about Lila trying to really solve that murder, because if she doesn't, like, she's going down for it. And it's kind of stressful, but it's really cozy. And that's all I can really say about the summary of this book, because I'm just gonna spoil it if I go further. Like I said, I had a lot of theories during this one. None of them were true, so like it fooled me, and it was really, really good. I gave this one a 4-star. I'm definitely gonna look at the second book in the series and then the next one. Like, this one doesn't end in a cliffhanger. It's just, it keeps going with the same characters and there's like another mystery to be solved in the different book. So I'm going to look at the second and third book very soon. The second one's already out. The third one's coming out in October, I think, so I could binge those during October. So yeah, 4 stars, very fun. Like the first adult mystery I've read, so I really recommend it. I loved it. Next book I read, also in a vlog. That book is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I really like this. I don't have much to say because I talked about it a lot in my vlog, but like I really like this book like so much. It was a delight to read. It was funny, it was fun, it was emotional, kind of stressful at the end, not gonna lie, and I really liked it. So this is about Bee. She is a neuroscientist and she gets hired on NASA to work on some new helmets that they want to like put into play for future astronauts, and it is a co-project with Levi, who she doesn't like and is convinced that he doesn't like her either. So we have a cute little academic rival situation here, but they have to work together. Yeah, so things start to go really wrong for Bee at the beginning. Like the staff ignores her material's not there, so she can't start working. She's under pressure like at her outsider boss, and she has to like update him on stuff that they're doing, but she can't because she doesn't have any materials to work with. So, you know, pretty stressful for Bee. There's obviously a romance. This is a romance book, and Bee is very like out there. She's very colorful, and she was just really fun to read about, and I really liked it. That was like the worst summary ever, but I don't know what else I can say without spoiling too much. It does resemble a lot The Love Hypothesis, which is my issue with it. It's not the exact same tropes, not the same characters, but the vibes are kind of the same. And I don't know, it is a book of its own, not the exact same, but it does resemble it, which is why I gave it 4.5 stars. But like, I still really liked it. This was really fun to read, very fun to annotate. You can say annotated quite a lot, and I loved reading about like space stuff, engineering stuff, and neuroscience stuff. Yeah, 4.5 stars. I'm so excited for her next one. Like, I'm gonna read anything Ali puts out, but between Love Hypothesis and this one, like, I still prefer Love Hypothesis, but this one was just amazing as well. The next book I read in September was Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt. This, I loved it. It's such a perfect book to read during fall time. It's really cozy, it's funny, it's heartwarming. This is about Farley and Mayer, 2 comedians. Mayer's the manager of Farley, and they are invited to go on tour with these really famous comedians. But for like them to really like promote their new touring and stuff like that, they are asked to like fake date for publicity, and it's a lot more focused on the 2 characters rather than the whole like fake dating in public. You don't really see a lot of that. You see a little bit of it, but not a lot of it. And like I said, I really like this. It's sweet. Mayer is a single dad and his daughter is just the sweetest thing ever. I just like, in general, I don't really care too much about comedians and stand-up comedy and stuff like that. Like I won't like watch or go to a show or something, you know? So that whole aspect of it, like, it was interesting, but in real life, I don't really care about it. I also tabbed it a lot, and it was so fun to read. So fun to read. So cozy, like I said. I gave this 4.25 out of 5 stars, and I totally recommend it. There's a new book called The Co-op that this author is releasing really soon, so I'll be checking that out for sure. And the last book on my list, I'm actually a little over halfway through. I'm not done with it yet, but I do have like enough thoughts to talk about it, but not give it a fixed rating. And that book is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This book is about this girl who is just this normal girl, gets the news that a random rich man gave her all of his fortune, well, most of it, and we're talking billions of dollars. So she needs to go to the guy's house, go through all the procedures of like the will and stuff, and she can have that money, billions of dollars, if she stays at the Hawthorne's residence for at least 1 year. Now, most of the family like didn't get much compared to Avery, so that creates tension. Like the guy's daughter got nothing compared to her. So it's like, why did this random girl get all the money? Is she related? Is she just a random algorithms thing that the guy just like randomly clicked on like every single person on the planet and it landed on her? They don't know. And it's, I cannot wait to figure out why she got all the money. And that's like pretty much where I am. They are trying to figure out why, and it's getting stressful. I'm definitely liking it. I'm not like completely hooked where I need to read it every single second of the day, but I'm like getting into the good stuff. So I think I'm finishing it today, which is why I'm adding it to this list. I'm pretty positive I'm gonna be finishing it today on September 30th. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this one because I'm not done with it. I know I like it, I'm really liking it, and I really want to know everything. That's it. The 5 books, well 4.5 that I've read in September. I read some really good books. My favorite was Small Town Bit Magic. Let me know what book you've read that's your favorite in September. I would love to know. And if you made it to the end of this video, comment this emoji, so that way I can know who actually made it through the whole thing. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have links down below going to my Instagram, my book talk, my Etsy shop. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!